The three-day public viewing of Pope Francis has begun. His remains are now lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica ahead of his funeral on Saturday. I'm picking up on that story. Tens of thousands of people have started bidding their final goodbyes to the Pope. Now you're looking at live pictures out of the Vatican City. The faithful and the general public have been allowed to enter St. Peter's Basilica to visit and pay respect to the late pontiff until 7 p.m. local time on Friday. Pope Francis' open wooden coffin was carried by the Swiss Guard earlier in a procession from Casa Santa Marta, some 500 meters away, where the late pontiff lived and died. The Pope's funeral will take place on Saturday at St. Peter's Square. The Vatican is expecting the outdoor event to draw in hundreds of thousands of people. World leaders, including those from the US, France, Ukraine, the European Commission, and the late Pope's home country of Argentina, have confirmed their attendance. And for more, John Bevir joins us live from Rome. John, thank you for joining us. Now, what happens in the lead-up to the Pope's final farewell and during his lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica?
Well, what is going to happen is we're going to see an increasing number of people. You can see everybody streaming past me, making their way down towards St. Peter's, which is behind me. And there is various security checkpoints are in place. And then people can join the queue to go and see the Pope's body lying in state. It is a fairly lengthy queue, as you might imagine. It starts just outside the Basilica and goes all the way through the square, snaking round bits of the Vatican alongside the edge of it as well, out onto the streets of neighbouring Rome. So that is what's happening in the coming days. The chance for people to view this body lying in state is open until midnight tonight. It opens again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock local time, runs again until midnight, and then on Friday it starts again in the morning and then ends early evening. And that's to give authorities here a chance to make the final preparations ahead of the funeral, which starts at 10 a.m. on Monday local time. So there is a huge operation going on at the moment to allow people to see Pope Francis, to say their own personal farewell to him. And that is something that Pope Francis thought was very important, to try and keep his funeral open to as many people as possible, and this is part of that.
John, what can we expect during the funeral?
Well, I think the funeral itself will be a more simple affair than some past papal funerals. Pope Francis was a man who lived a relatively simple life compared to some of his predecessors when it comes to the trappings of office, and his wishes were that his funeral followed a similar path. Having said that, of course, there are certain traditions, certain rituals that will happen, so there will be a very set formula that is adhered to when it comes to papal funerals. So we will be seeing all of the pomp and ceremony of that large global event. And of course, this is a tradition that dates back centuries, so it is very steeped in tradition and history in terms of what else we're going to see. But we have seen some of those simplicities already that Pope Francis asked about, such as the casket that he is currently lying in. That a much more simple affair, a simple wooden affair compared to popes of previous years. So certainly we're going to see that slightly slimmed down in terms of the traditions of a funeral. But of course, there will still be all the pomp that comes with a large papal funeral like this.
Yes, a funeral that is a reflection of his values. Thank you so much for the update. John Bevir reporting live from Rome.